You're coming to the car right here, and we're going to sit in the back. Okay. And you can choose to lay down or stand up. Okay. And then I just need to know thumbs up or thumbs down. Okay. Thumbs up? Yeah. You want to sit or lay? Sit. Okay. Okay.
Нашего казахского народа самым уважаемым гостям вручаем шапан. Это знак большого уважения. Разрешите вам чай. А также здесь есть книга на 3 языках, на государственном языке казахском, на русском и на английском об истории нашего города, которому он молодой, но очень знаковый. Всего 86 лет будет 10 февраля. Спасибо вам.
Хотел бы вручить вам на матрешку.
Let's see, Christina.
И от нашего детского дома я бы хотел вручить небольшие подарки.
И еще у нас чуть позже, после пресс-конференции, мы сделаем совместное фото с... Сейчас делаем, да? Давайте сделаем сейчас, хорошо?
Luca Parmitano of the European Space Agency, home from the International Space Station. Luca, a remarkable pair of expeditions, truly remarkable, some very unique accomplishments. If you were writing a book about the last 6 or so months in space for you and your crewmates, what would be the key story, the key legacy that you and your crewmates left behind for the International Space Station?
Well, I think that given the way the expedition started, specifically Expedition 61, actually the way 60 ended and 61 started with 9 people from many different countries up on the space station, I would say that it's the story of the people that made the expeditions. And the way that in a world that seems to be often more and more divided and polarized, our program creates an environment where international cooperation becomes the norm. And integration is not just a word, it's a way of life and a way of thinking. And I believe that our two expeditions, because of the nature, the participation of Azal Mansouri, first astronaut from the United Arab Emirates, and international partners at the same time with Americans and Russians, different genders. We had several events that included exclusively women performing at the same time in a primary role. I think that all these things that to the passersby may seem secondary, to me those were the core of what happened. Because the science goes on, and the science that we perform on the space station is important, stays important, it's the core business. But the legacy of this cooperation and this integration is what one day will change the world.
Marco.
Luca, my question is much more simple. I think many people are interested in how do you feel, and if I may pack another question on top, do you have a brief personal message for everybody as you're back?
Well, I don't know about brief, but there is a song that I really love. It's a song by King Crimson, and it says, "One eye goes crying, one eye goes laughing," and that's the way I feel. I felt the first time, and I feel today. It's wonderful being home, and when I say home, I mean planet Earth. It's after almost 7 months. It's a wonderful feeling to feel the fresh air, to see the snow, to see the blue sky above, the wind in the face, the smells that have been alien for 7 months. But at the same time, I left an amazing crew up on the space station, the place that has been my home, my workplace, and the place where I meet my friends every day for 7 months. And so it's always hard. And the knowledge, because it's the second time, that it goes away so fast. The feeling of being weightless and the sense of accomplishment that you get every day from performing the agenda. And for the second part of your question, do I have a message? I do. I knew going up that I would see a world that in the 6 years that I've been on the ground had changed. What I didn't know was how visible the change is and how what an impact it would have on me. I was sometimes shocked by the sights of forests burning, not only in the Amazon but in Africa. The violence of the hurricanes that we saw during the expedition and the devastation left behind. We saw in many parts of the world flooding of unexpected size, and that fragility that we've always felt looking at our planet from above, the thin atmosphere that is the line between life and death. It's become a symbol of how precious this planet is. And I wish that we could listen to the current generation that are asking for action for the future generation. The planet doesn't belong to us, and the future doesn't belong to us, but now is the moment to act, to make that future better than our present.
Luca, thanks so much and welcome home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you for your questions and for your attention.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time.
Тот, который подари супруге. Да, да. Привет, приветствую, приветствую. Ну, мы поехали. Вот так вот,